Fucked up, I seen what I seen. I guess that mean hold him down if he say he can't breathe. It's too many mothers just grieving. They killing us for no reason. Been going on for too long to get it.
What up, though? Happy Friday, y'all. It is another Friday. It is Ivy the Code, and this is She Evolves. Man, it seems like I just got off air 2 days ago, but it's been 7 whole days, and it is Friday yet again. So, y'all, like I promised last week, I got something new for y'all. It is Second Friday, so which means Second Friday will be dedicated to a man that's doing the damn thing out in the community, right? Um, it is what it is. So, I am not going to waste anyone's time, but I do want you to stop what you're doing and follow me across all social media platforms. I am live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I said it right this time. Because I always want to say Instagram, and we ain't on damn Instagram. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's Ivy Nicole, Nichooe. God, don't forget my age.
Don't forget that.
Don't forget that age. It's so very important that you don't forget that age because I need y'all to follow me because I got a whole lot to say. I've been off air for a minute. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let's get into it. Today we are talking about all things criminal reform. Proven innocent until proven guilty, right?
That's right.
So again, like I promised, we got the man of the hour, Mr. Darnell Barton. What up, though? Welcome.
What up, though, sis? Was really good, man. I appreciate you having me on your platform. You know, us bottom feeders coming up to deal. You know, thank you for coming down to our level.
You know what? You are fun. It's too early in the show for this.
I appreciate you taking your time out of that busy day. For those who don't know, who are following me, you know, Sis Ivy is a former House rep, and she's a women's advocate for women's rights. I might be saying that wrong. I think I added some misogyny on that, so you can go ahead and chip that off if you want. But all jokes aside, thank you for having me, sis. I really do appreciate it. Seriously.
Thank you for all that you do. And you know what? It's just a common rule that we get all into your business, right? Because people want to know who is Darnell Barton. So give it to us. Who are you? Start anywhere. Just let's get into this.
Who am I? I'm on a constant quest to figure that out. So when I do get that answer, I'll be back to finish this podcast. Y'all have a good one. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, we got a couple more minutes.
Right. I was like, can y'all give me just to finish my lifetime real quick, and then I can tell you more about me. Because all jokes aside, man, it's a ongoing quest of knowledge, So I always feel like somebody asks me, "So you're an attorney," and I'm like, "Yeah, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So don't put me in a box, until they put me in a box."
Until they put you in a box, right? But you are a criminal defense attorney doing this thing in the city of Detroit.
Yes.
Right.
Shout out to the D, man.
Shout out to the D. Now, you're not originally from here.
No, so I'm originally from New York, South Jamaica, Queens. Most of my family's from Bed-Stuy, you feel me? So shout out to New York. When I was young, we moved. My mother, raised single mom. Me and my sister, only siblings at the time. We were latchkey kids, so we had to take care of ourselves, make dinner, come home, all that stuff, take yourself to school, all that. So we ended up moving to Florida. My sister, she's 4 years older than me, so my bad, I didn't mean to put her business out there, but she was older than me, so my mom sent her down to Florida before she entered high school because, where we're from, it was like, you're either in a gang or you're pregnant in a gang, which is like a double whammy, so basically she went down there. I stayed in New York, kind of did, was raising myself for a while, and I just, I ended up going down to Florida because it became a lot, it was just a little too much going on. So let's see, from Florida, you stop me, man, because I might tell you my deepest, darkest. So then when I was 3, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, hold on. That's like you need to come to my office. Like you talking about?
I need a moment. I'm gonna get on the couch and and so then when she was, yeah, man, and my dad never came. So Yeah. So now it was
Let me see your insurance card right quick.
right. It's like, is he covered? Is he covered? You feel me? Well, I'm an entrepreneur, man, so I had to get that insurance stuff together. But real quick, all jokes aside, man,
Mhm.
when when we moved down to Florida, it was a life changing experience because we had never been in the South, understanding that type of racism and things that you have to deal with there. Um, dealing with the other individuals. You coming from New York and you talk like this, they think you talk proper. It's like, what? Like,
Okay.
I'm from the hood of New York. What you mean? They're like, no, you sound white. I'm like, whoa, for real? And you don't really realize it because you thinking like in New York, this is how we talk, woo woo woo. But if you go to other areas of New York, they call that hood. You know what I mean? It's like how we talk, they
Okay.
call it hood. So it's just, it taught me a lot that a lot of things were relative, to where you were and what you were dealing with. So, but yeah, man, that was me. I was a basketball head, so I played sports pretty much my whole life. Um, Basketball was my main one, but I also played football. I was into mixed martial arts my whole life, so that's pretty much my favorite thing. Now I'm old, so I just be waving at people like, "Nah, I'm good, man. You all right?"
Right.
But yeah, go ahead, bro. You all right? I ain't trying to dust this off.
Okay.
But yeah, that was me. I went to high school out there, played ball, and then I did what most young men did. I started getting in trouble, and didn't play ball the next year. So I just engulfed in the streets, and that was good from there. Ask me a question. I feel like I'm a ramble too much.
Okay. All right. So you said you got into the streets, right? So in between the streets and now, what happened? What made you decide
Man,
that you was gonna be an attorney?
man,
Like, did you just wake up one day and was like, you know what, this sounds like this is dope?
it was. I mean, it's more of a series of bad things that were happening, but lessons
Okay.
that we learned. So a lot of people around me were dying. A lot of people around me were going through financial issues. A lot of people were going through incarceration issues. And kind of so when I skipped a whole bunch, but I went to FAMU and I ended up leaving there because I was having too much fun and I couldn't get out the streets, right? And I went down to South Florida. When I was down there, it was just a different vibe as far as how I was approaching the streets, and I met these cats that did music, and I was like, I was the street dude that used to come to the studio and thug it out. So I was like, yo, woo woo woo. I ended up like, hey, how you do this, man? How you do the? Hey, but when you do that thing, hey, that shit was crazy. How you? And next thing you know, man, I'm sitting there trying to teach myself Pro Tools. Like, man, you know what? These niggas ain't gonna record me. I'll do my shit myself. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there, they in there sleep. I'm in there trying to record stuff and
So
learn.
you was a rapper too?
I would ghostwrite, do all
Okay.
types of stuff. You feel me? Yeah, man. I used to ghostwrite for the label that owned Millie Vanilli off the record. Yeah,
Okay.
man. They
That's
used to
fine.
pay
Or
me for,
you gonna
huh?
spit something for us right quick?
Yeah, all right. Nah, not even. I don't
Okay.
want to embarrass the clique. So, but nah, man. So it was me like feeling like, all right, I want to do something else, and plus I wanted at that time, when you where we come from, we still in the streets, but we also come from a family that was doing things positive in the community. So it's kind of that yin and the yang. So like my aunt, she used to put on a festival. It was like an African festival in Daytona Beach called the Coogee Jackalia Festival, where they basically helped to bring awareness, cultural awareness to people in that area of Florida. They were the first ones to really kind of bring it there. Um, and they had these festivals. It was dope. So we were able to learn a lot from there. At the same time, I'm in the streets doing goofy shit. So it was like you got to make a choice at some point. I'm talking to young men. I'm going to, and I'm not, and this is no disrespect to anybody who's still in the streets. You could take that opportunity to get out the streets with this message. Hopefully, I don't know, but I was talking to some young men I give you a this is one of the times. It always happens in Revelations, you know. So
Mhm.
one of the revelations, I was in Florida City, which is way down south in Florida. It's in the hood. It's like the bottom of the hood. Like they forgot the hood is up here, and then Florida City is where they forget everybody else. You know, it's crazy.
Okay.
So we out there doing a free concert, and Trick Daddy came out there. He's a rapper. I don't know if you remember. And we all out there talking with the kids and everything. And I realized as I was talking to them that I didn't have anything tangible built to give them. All I could do is just run my mouth, really. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking, Trick talk, but he had something that was established that he could help. He could employ somebody at that time. I couldn't even employ somebody at that time. You can't, you know that term, I want to be a boss, a boss, a boss. No, you don't. Because now you're responsible for those people and how they feed their families. You feel me? It's a responsibility that you don't want to play with just because you want the title boss. I remember I used to say that all the time. Then when I became one, I was like, God damn, I wish somebody else would take this responsibility. Like I just want to check in and check the fuck out at 9, at 5 p.m. I'm out. Good luck. You know, I'm at the jail. You remember I said I'm at the hospital. One of my clients, 2 in the morning. You know what I
Um,
mean? Because the police was, whatever. We leave that off the record. But you get my point. Like you the boss, it is what it is. So I totally forgot your question. I think it was from the streets to here.
yeah.
That's what happened, man. A lot of people.
I mean, but just you answered the question. Like we are talking about like how you became the man that you are today. As we're talking about like
Interesting.
just being in the streets, just on some wild shit, pretty much to just becoming a criminal defense attorney and damn good at what you do, but not only just a criminal defense attorney, right? Because I mean, anybody, well, I don't know if anybody can just like, take the LSAT and just like graduate and just like do it.
Yeah,
I mean, but like for you, you are like really about that life. Like you're in the street,
I
like
appreciate you.
you in the hood, like you're from the community.
I
So yeah,
appreciate you.
I
It's
appreciate you.
it's what's so crazy about it, man. What is that you have you almost, I don't want to make it like I'm a victim, dog. I'm not, but you almost get attacked from every angle, right? So you get, the conservative side, you get the super liberal woke side, you get everybody has some kind of issue. Well, attorneys are the worst. They don't do okay. Well, then you want me to quit, motherfucker? Like what do you you know what I mean? You discouraging the 30s like me from coming out. So you could say the attorney you had was trash or they didn't care or whatever, but you got to be careful just putting, blanket things on people. It doesn't really bother me like I'm mad when they're like, "Oh, I hate attorneys." I usually I join in on it in the sense of I talk to my clients and people period like I was before I was an attorney. So when they say, well, I don't know. No offense, I don't trust attorneys. Well, shit, me either. God damn it, I don't trust me. Look at the fucking paperwork. Look at what I'm laying out. Look at the credibility that I built. Don't trust me, God. Don't trust none of these cats. I'm good. I don't need your trust, dog. I just need your respect. Respect that I'm gonna put my work in on this case. You feel me? That's it. You don't gotta trust me. It should be here. If I can't explain it to you where it makes sense, then I'm not doing my job right. You feel me? So
Mhm.
that's how I feel about it. But anyway, I'm off the soapbox.
All right, so look, let's rewind a little bit, right?
Okay.
Because like off camera, you have stated that the reason that you went to law school anyway was because of Trayvon Martin. Okay,
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact, man. That
let's
Trayvon Martin stuff, it messed me up, man. I'm still messed up to this day over Trayvon. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I see a short, bald, Spanish Jewish looking guy, like I'm always like Zimmerman. Oh, okay, okay. That's not him. That's not him. All jokes aside, I'm just being funny, but real talk, man. When that case happened, I was discussing it with other colleagues that I had at the time. Again, I'm in a professional environment at this point, so it's not even in the streets. And these people were saying some things that at the time, this is back what 2012 ish. You know what I mean? This is back then. They were saying stuff that I caught on at that time I said, oh, these are coded words. So if you recall, at that time, they were really, really, really just they were really big on this thug, saying the word thug. And it was a way that they were just trying to say the word nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what they were saying. Well, these thugs, and we got to get these thugs off the street. And then, President Obama called our young boys thugs when he was talking about them in Baltimore. And that was it. I had enough. I said, man, if this if this is our representative as black men, and he's using the same rhetoric against us that white supremacists are using, I get and I'm not hating on the brother. I'm not like a conservative. I hate Obama and all. Like I want to see him do more. You know what I mean? I wanted to see him do more than to be like, oh, I didn't like him. It wasn't didn't like him. I loved his family, what they look like. I have a unconventional love for Michelle Obama that my wife clearly understands that she'll never understand. So, but I just, it, the symbolism was fantastic, but we need, I have to remember, this is why I go live when I have my kids, or when I used to be on Facebook or whatever, and my mentees would be like, yo, can you show us? They always used to be like, can you show us? Because we were going to mentorship, and I would be like, yo, why would you do that? And they're like, man, how, I don't know, man, ain't nobody showing us, so then I was on live, and it was like, yo, that shit was dope, I saw what you did. Can you do that again? I was like, yeah. Like, what you mean? Just show you what I, because it wasn't my kids at the time. It was me. Just my guys that we work with, Black Violin. We did a program at the Harlem's Children's Zone, which is in New York. There's a big school, whatever, known for a lot of stuff. We did a program there or whatever, and people basically felt like they saw what we were doing. Like, yo, that's what's up. How you do that? Show us again. Show us again. And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing nothing magical. Like, this is not. I don't know anything about this. All they need us to do, all these kids need us to do, is show up and don't be creepy. That's it. Show up. Don't be creepy. Let them ask questions. You know what I mean? That don't be creepy shit. I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about your demeanor and how you move
Yeah,
around
like
kids.
all of
Yeah, like don't be creepy.
it. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird. How's that? I like that better. Don't be weird. Because then we did volunteer work, and I have guys, hey man, you gotta, or you gotta pull. Sometimes I'll be too into the volunteer stuff, and like my wife, when we was at places, she'd be like, hey, you can't be playing kickball with just this little girl. I'm like, I'm not. It's me and oh shit, where'd he go? Because I'm in the game. We playing kickball. Like, didn't even realize it. She's like, man, you better move around. You find somebody else. So, I'm sorry. There was a point I was gonna make, and I totally moved on when I went to the kids thing. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, same difference. We can have the conversation wherever it leads you or
Just let me
whatever,
know.
right? But so how long have you been doing mentorship? Because you've been doing community involvement, and also you had talked about what was it, a Thanksgiving event that you did?
Yes. In law school, we did an event called Community Thanksgiving. So without, I guess, stretching it too far, we had when I got to law school, I'm ready. I went there for civil rights. I went there to fight the power. I was trying to fight everybody that wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't with us, you against us.
Okay.
So I go to the Black Law Students Association. Excuse me. And we doing like cocktail hours and everything. And I'm like, well, okay, when's the next event? Oh, it's a cocktail hour at this. Well, goddamn, what are we doing? Like, if you believe, because everybody in a sorority and a fraternity indirectly believes in the talented 10th theory, which means, the top 10%, whatever. Okay, if we believe in that, then that's us. What are we doing? We having drinks all fucking day, or are we doing shit in the community for the other 90%? I don't believe in that top 10% shit anyway, because there's somebody who's in jail right now who's 13 times smarter than me. So I don't. ascribe to that. But that's just me. But if you do ascribe to that, then that's even more reason that your duty is calling. You know what I mean? So for me, I got tired of it. I was like, man, you know what? I'm just done with this shit. And my mentor, who is Professor, one of my mentors, who is Professor Cheryl Watley, um, she wrote a book on Ida Spivey Wells. I think I keep messing up her last name, but she was the first black woman to go to law school in Oklahoma. She was during the separate but equal stage of history in America, and they had to, excuse me, Thurgood Mark. They had to build her a separate school because of separate but equal. So what they did was is they took that model. Thurgood Marshall took that same model and applied it to Brown versus Board of Education and spread it all amongst the country. So thanks to Miss Ida Spivey, well, that's why we are able to integrate into public schools and all that nature now. That's that's probably why they created all these private schools and charter schools so they can keep us out without losing public funding. Now they're getting public funding and still doing it. Anyway, I'm off it. So anyway, so we so she challenged me. She was like, "Yo, you talk." She didn't say it like that, but she was like, "Yeah, I hear you talking, but like, what do you want to do? Like, do it. Waiting on them, do it." I was like, "Yo, you know what? You're right, man. Fuck all that." So I started putting this thing together, man. Like, similar to what we did with this Mother's Day event that we're about to do. We just start. It starts with a seed, and then it takes good people like yourself and myself and others to just be like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate 2-3 hours out of this week to focus on X, Y, and Z for these mothers, or I'm gonna meet and go out of my way across town, and you guys are going over here, and you calling these people and doing this. We're gonna do all that just to make sure we can get $300 donation from John Bob, whatever. We're gonna do all this. I'm driving to fucking Lansing to go meet with these criminal law people to go beg them for some fucking money for these mothers. And I would do it twice on Sunday for these mothers. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it takes. Now, will I get into an argument with someone on TikTok and they end up calling me a chauvinist or whatever? Maybe, probably. I don't know. But they're not gonna think of this.
Didn't you just get banned on TikTok or something?
I always get, but I don't get banned for saying stuff against women. I don't have any problem with women. I have a problem with racists. So whenever I say shit about racists, they ban my shit every time. I don't. Well, I get it. I know why. Yo, I posted a video.
Y'all stop, y'all. Follow him on TikTok.
It wasn't even 3 minutes. I posted it. Not even 3 minutes. There's no music playing in the background, nothing. They cut my sound off. It's just me talking. I was just like, yeah, such and such and such. Cut the sound off. They reinstated it afterwards, but it's too late because once you put a video on, it goes into this little carrier thing that says, oh, we're getting views. All right, keep it going. No views. Fuck that shit. Dump it. You know what I mean? So they put it in a fucking dump it pile. And so when you look at when they did that change in TikTok, my views went down crazy. Now, I'm not funny or entertaining. That's cool. I got that. But like no views? Like you'll accidentally fall asleep and flick and hit my video, dog. Like 2 people in the world. It was like no views. So they weren't even allowing it to go in rotation for like days. It was crazy. So anyway, yeah, I'm banned.
Follow him on TikTok, y'all. That's all I gotta say.
My bad. Yeah, if you want the fuckery, don't follow me if you want sound legal advice. Follow me if you want some funny shit and you also want to get at some racist people. That's what I do. I'm not wasting time. I'm not serious. Here's my book. I'm about to pull out the sentencing guideline. The sentencing guidelines for Michigan, no, go fucking hire me for that. Nigga. I'm not. No. That's not what we do.
That's not what we do.
Entertaining and bringing light to certain issues in a way that people wouldn't want to address them otherwise.
Okay. All right. So let's get into this event that we're doing.
Yes, let's go. So I'm excited about this. This is it's gonna be great. So we decided to do an event for mothers whose children were victims of violent crimes or violence, really. And the way this works is we have an opportunity, especially in the city of Detroit where there is a lot of violence. We have an opportunity to bring awareness, and if I go back to my Obama thing, that was the issue. We needed awareness. We need that awareness. I don't need you to go up and put on a dashiki and I'm the blackest man. We don't need all that. We need awareness for our issues. Period. You don't have to speak in a twang and talk like Martin Luther King. You ain't gotta do none of that. You can talk regular and say, hey, black people are in this environment and there are this that's occurring and this is the result. This is the issue that can resolve that. Here's what we'd like to do. What are your thoughts? But what we're not going to do is be like, well, there's nothing's happening. I guess we should just sit back. So anyway, fast forward. So in this case, what we're doing is we're partnering up with the partners who deal with the violence. So it's not just the women, the mothers. We're dealing with DPD, the Homicide Task Force, okay? Because they the first responders out there and they see the scenes and they know what's going on. We're dealing with some of the local individuals that may or may not be affiliated with Bloods, Crips, and GDs. We are also dealing with individuals who are there for the subsequent help of their families. So the mental health practitioners like yourself, the licensed therapists, the we're gonna have massage therapists there. Remember,
Masseuse.
I can't say masseuse because that is
That's a whole nother show. I did a show on that already.
my fault. My fault. I'm staying in my lane. I'm right here. So it's a massage therapist. So back to the thing. So what we're going to be doing is the day of that event. It's going to be a ceremony where we tried to get Justice Bolden, the first Black woman Supreme Court justice for Michigan State, but we couldn't get her. We understand she has issues. She had commitments, prior commitments. But we're going to have other prominent women here in the Detroit, Michigan area, or in the Michigan area that are coming here. Particularly, I think we have like Senator Chang that's going to be there.
She's already confirmed. Yep.
She's already confirmed. We have, so I don't want to get too deep into it, but we do have other people that are already locked in. What we're going to do is we're going to have a ceremony that morning, very brief, give out graduation style certificates. Something I know we lied, but something in the realm of something like this. So it'll be a little certificate that we give them, and then they'll have gift bags and whatnot. But what's gonna happen is after the ceremony, we'll have a I'm sorry, my bad. After the ceremony, we'll have a brunch for the mothers, so they'll be able to come down and eat, have fellowship, and from there, this is the best part of it to me is the breakout rooms. So in the breakout rooms, we'll have the licensed therapists, we'll have the massage therapists, we'll have what we call a cultural awareness room, where they'll be able to have uh, people who have products that are specific to women and mothers can come in there that have a cultural awareness to it. So, for example, like the woman who has the West African waist beads, she'll come in and she'll be able to express and explain the importance of her product. But the biggest thing for me was nobody could sell it. Cannot sell it. Don't come here. If I see somebody pulling out money, I'm tackling them Bobby Boucher style. You feel me? Like nobody should be spending money that day. Nobody should be taking money from these mothers that day. And if I see it, I'm gonna lose it. But anyway, the point is like I told these vendors, you want to come out, you want to support, you give them something. We're not selling them anything, but they can come out and talk about their product and their service that's specific to women. And if they shall choose to deal with them at another point in time, I mean, to be honest with you, who's going to have access to 200 to 300 mothers in one shot? It's a marketing. I mean,
Yeah.
It's genius. Anyway, it would be genius to go there and give away one or two items or products or service items that cost you nothing, and now you have the audience of 200 to 300 people. So anyway, that's that. We'll have that meditation kind of meditation Zen room, and then the room that's important to me. Well, not that they're not all important, but the room that I will take great importance with is the legal clinic room, breakout room, and that's the one where we'll be able to give help some of the mothers who are going through certain legal aspects or issues. For example, um, a lot of the mothers that I encountered as a former prosecutor were having license issues. Because again, when you think of lawyers, you think of criminal. I ain't a criminal. I don't. That's not what was affecting the mothers. They weren't criminals. They were victims of what I believe, and it's my opinion, is the war against the poor. So it's no, it's not a coincidence that the insurance rates here in Michigan are one of the, I think it's almost like the third highest in the nation. Okay. Yet I used to live in South Florida where somebody will hit your car and go right back to their island and come back with a new fucking social ID, social security number in like 3 weeks.
Man,
But
what?
their insurance wasn't as high as Detroit. Why is that? Detroit 85% black. I wonder, I don't know. I have no idea why. So anyway,
The war against the poor, right?
come on, fam. So here we are. I'm a prosecutor. I keep seeing these sisters coming in. What's this shit? Suspended license, suspended license, suspended license. They're getting their license suspended because they didn't have the insurance. So they didn't have the insurance. They couldn't pay the insurance payment. They got the ticket, got the points on their license. They got the points on their license. They said, well, shit, I'm not going to show up to court because I already got points on my license. Now they got more points on their license. License gets suspended. Well, I got to take my baby to daycare and I got to get to work. What you going to do? That's a rhetorical question.
You gonna do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna get there. My baby got to eat. What I'm gonna do? What? What won't I do to feed my kids? That's the question. What won't I do? Driving on a suspended license? That's it. I'm out. So some of them don't really understand that you can even though you're buried under that, you can still be dug out. It's a process. It's a slow process. Nobody likes it, but it can be done. And if you really want to protect your kids, let us help you do that. The obvious thing is child support and family court issues, stuff like that. We'll have that available. But for the most part, if you ever dealt with most of them, they know the rules better than the attorneys. No, I filed that before the 662, so I don't need that. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't practice very long, so I joke with that. But we also have an option and opportunity for mothers who run businesses who want to have business advice, from an attorney. So I want to start this Airbnb with my friend. I had this woman say I want to start this Airbnb with my friend. He owns the property and I'm gonna run the Airbnb. I'm like, okay, y'all got a partnership agreement? No. Ooh, it's gonna get ugly.
It's gonna get ugly.
I said the first Airbnb client you have that slip and fall, or doesn't like the flavor of the toothpaste, or their kid gets the hives because you colored your fucking mirror, you and your partner gonna be like, well, I ain't paying for it. I ain't paying for it. Yes, somebody is. So that's important. But anyway, back to the event very briefly. I'm sorry. So we're gonna have we're right now in the process of putting it together. So we're getting donations. For whatever reason, people are trying to hand me the goddamn money instead of putting it on the GoFundMe. I'm like, man,
I know.
bro, I'm not coming to pick up $10 from you, nigga. Stop playing with me, man. Send that shit Cash App, bro, or whatever. Let them pay the fee.
What's your Cash App? Can you see the little text box where you can post a comment?
I do, yeah.
All right, drop that Cash App.
Let me put. Hold on, I'm gonna put the GoFundMe in here real quick. They said my man asked me to come all the way downtown. to the east side so he could give me a couple dollars. I said, bro, just put it
It's
on.
gonna cost you more than a couple of dollars to get there.
Like, man, you a dope boy. That's my boy. Allegedly. He said, man, I don't know nothing about the computer, dog. I was like, nah, I respect that you at least trying to, what I'm saying? He wanna show love. He just don't. So I appreciate him. I appreciate him.
You gave a
By the
private.
way, these are like you said, talk about that street stuff real quick. Every street mother that I talk to about this event, first thing they do is, dog, hey, how do I contribute? When I talk to other professionals about it, this is their response.
They want to know everything.
No. Oh wow, good for you. Wow, good for you. Fuck you mean good for me? I just what? Are you about this life? You trying to get in on it or not? You know what I mean? Like you trying to help or not? Because what do you mean good for me? Why is this good for me? It's not for me.
Now, okay, listen, right? So I got a bone to pick with that too, right?
That's
So like I'm telling people, they act like they doing something for me.
what I do. I said, man, do you want to help these mothers, man? That's what
Little
this is about.
mothers, right?
This
Like
one,
this has nothing to do with me. I'm not even a mommy.
listen, listen.
I'm not even a mama.
Me, you'd be surprised, but me either. I didn't want to say it, but I don't have any kids that I birthed myself. But anyway, let's get back to the point, right? So, but real talk, man. People they think that we do this. There are people who do it for the fame, I guess you would say. Like, look at us, look at us, look at us. But that's why I tell people, how much time it takes to put on a good event. You'll be 2-3 days into the plan and be like, man, it's too much work for this fame. I'm good. It's too much work. You feel me? So I was gonna say the other thing is that we are still looking for sponsors and things of that nature. Back to the bag, because my goal is to not just have everyone there get a little talking to and a little certificate. I want them to leave with something tangible. I want them to come out with something. Here, I got this gift bag. It has this in it. It has that in it. We're trying to do the soaps and the toiletries, whatever. I don't care, but I just don't want them to not have anything as they leave. The other thing is we're gonna have a barbecue grill going out back for those who aren't mothers and the kids and all that in the back. So we'll get the grill going. We'll have everybody eating there, and then I'll get some bounce houses. I was talking to one of these cats about volunteering to be out there for the kids and one of them like what is it, superhero mask things or whatever. I'm gonna see what that's about though. But I do want to have some more entertainment for the kids because I don't know. Did you see the books? I left them at the church already. I don't know if you saw them.
No, I didn't see them.
Okay.
I don't know
All
they
right,
there.
so there's about 300 books already at the church waiting to be given away to the kids. And then the lady told me I could come back and get more books if we think we need any by that time. Although I don't think we'll need more than 300 for this event, but if we do for the future, they said that
This is only part one though. This is the first one,
there
right?
you go.
So let's speak this into existence,
I
right?
like it. Let's
Because
do it.
this is the first annual event that
I like
we'll
that.
be hosting. And y'all, and by the way, it will be at Church of the Messiah.
Yes.
So whoever is not familiar with Messiah, every year for the past 16 years they've done the Silence of Violence March, which honor innocent victims of gun violence. I've been to a few before, a little more than a few actually. But on this day, we gather, we march in the streets, we celebrate, and we have a good time. We fellowship together, support one another. Everybody is there. I think last year we had about 2,000 people that showed up for this march. But this year we are doing it different. We are going to still have the Silence of Violence March. I can't remember the exact date. As soon as I figure that out, I will post it and let y'all know. But this year, we're just going to love on the moms that have lost their kids to gun violence.
That's what's up, man. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited too.
We have attorney Alicia Martin. She's going to be the MC on there, so that should be good. She sang like She don't sing with an I. She sing with an A.
Oh, she sang.
Yeah, she's sang. So it's gonna be on and popping on that. I got my guy at the co-working space. He's gonna donate 5 day passes. So what we'll do is we'll do that raffle. I'm thinking at the event, for all
Okay.
the people, and then they could win 5 day passes to the co-working space thing and have access. It's dope. They'll love it. Um, and what else was I gonna say? There was one other thing. Oh, vendors. So any vendors that are watching, you welcome, like we said, to come out, hit us up. You can email us, and I'll put that in the chat.
I don't know if you can see it. Like, could you send me private chat?
Oh, is that one? My bad.
Yeah.
I thought
You see, it should say all or something.
how many lawyers does it take? Oh, there it is. Hold
How
on.
many lawyers does it take to?
It won't let me. Oh, I have to log in or something. That's what.
You got a lot. You said.
I don't even have that one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he just did, but he just logged all the way out. So what did he say? How many lawyers does it take to? I don't know.
And take two.
It takes two.
So they won't. Yeah, you have to put it in there. My bad. It won't let me because I'm not logged in. So
Oh,
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah, duly noted. But
I gave you access.
what'd you say?
I thought I gave you access to it.
You might have. It just gave me the link, so I clicked it, but I never actually signed up for an account.
Oh, okay.
Probably that's what it is. So all right, next interview, I got you covered.
The interview. All right, you just hit that
Absolutely.
accept so you'll be able to do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
But send me the private chat and then I copy and post it.
I got you.
right.
What was I saying for we were talking about the vendors.
The vendor. So if you want to be vendors, hit us up. You gonna drop his email. What is it? The info?
Info, yeah, at Barton Law PLLC.com. I just sent it to you so you can copy and paste it. So if you want to volunteer,
PLLC.com.
yes, we have the Eventbrite. Oh, that's what I should put up here. The Eventbrite. And on the Eventbrite, you can volunteer.
Yes. Yep, or you can hit me up at Nikki at She Evolves LLC.
And I'm gonna give you this. Hold on 1 second. Oh, never mind. I thought that was us. Hold on. That was a PC Justice Institute.
Why every time I post something, a different page come up?
I just sent you the Eventbrite link in there, so you should see that.
All right, I don't know where it's gonna end up, but it'll end up somewhere.
Hey, they can go here and set up if they want to bring a mother, or they can volunteer there themselves, like put a volunteer thing in there,
Okay.
What else was I gonna say? We had I know we're getting close to the end, but there was one other thing. We want to make sure. Oh, need to ask Pastor if I swear Vezo's coming out there or not. Let's see if he can confirm. But other than that, text him and see if because I got some ideas for that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But anyway, but yeah, if he could come, that would be dope. Anyway, the last thing is the vendor stuff. I think I was talking about if you have a product that you think is specific to women or mothers, and I guess even children to a certain degree, because obviously they're mothers, so the mothers would want the product. But I don't want to get too far down the line with stuff that's like children's products that is not about celebrating the mother. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if it's a product for the mother that children can use, it should be something that helps the mother, relieves the mother of something, not like something for the kid. It's about the mom. So if you have any products like that, or services, like the young lady who does nails, she wants to offer her product or service, and we'll raffle it off and use the proceeds to pay for the things that we're going to use. And then also donate that money to whatever excess money, to any mothers that were affected. But I'm sorry. Any questions for me, like on the Mother's Day thing? Like, what are you looking for? I might interview you. So, what was your favorite aspect of the? What's your favorite aspect of planning this? Of planning this Mother's Day thing?
Um, okay, y'all. First of all, right, let me tell you how this event even came to me, right? So I'm on TikTok one day. I'm just strolling on TikTok. I get a tag from Barton Law. I'm like, okay, what is this? Oh, we should do a Mother's Day event. Mind you, this is like Thanksgiving.
Right.
No, this is like
Like, man,
Thanksgiving.
who this weird ass dude talking about Mother's Day? He probably tried to jump in my inbox.
Thanksgiving, right? Wait, he ain't sliding to my DMs, y'all. He just did a whole post and tagged me in it. And
Facts.
I was like, shit, all
For the
right,
world to
let's
see.
go. I'm like, hit me up then. And the rest is history. But so whoever want to know who got me out of retirement, y'all, it was him. Because I said I was not partnering or doing anything.
Listen, we're not even done yet. This is just the beginning. Ooh,
right?
Watch when they see what they see. The thing is a lot of times, and I understood the same thing with Justice Bolden and her team. I get it. Sometimes, everybody asking you to do shit, but some people really be on some bullshit. And you got to know before you commit. Like, what is it going to look like? What is it, So for me, if two mothers show up, it's going to be just as good as if 200 mothers show up, as far as I'm concerned. It's meaning the layout will be just as fucking fly. I want them to have all the nice shit that they can have. Like, there should be no reason, Well, now the other thing is we also got New Era there for security, so in case there is some bullshit, you know what I mean? Yeah, So I mean, I'm just saying it's gonna be security there, so don't come there wilding out on your mom because you got repressed childhood issues, dog. We all got them. Nigga. Chill out. Not today. Yeah, don't wait till the next day because that's the actual Mother's Day. Give her 2 days. Give her this weekend, bruh. Give her this weekend.
But we like a month out though.
It's flying up. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm nervous about certain stuff because we got to get certain things in order financially. I mean, because really and truly, I'm gonna eat whatever's on top. Like, I'm eating whatever's on top. If we go over, I'm eating it. So I'm not saying that like I'm all that. I'm just saying that like I'm not gonna let that stop the flow. I'm not gonna let it stop the flow. We'll eat that cost. So my goal is, and my hope is just like most of my events that I've ever done, they jump in 2 weeks before, a week before, be like, hey, you still doing that thing? Hey, can I donate? Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can donate up until the day.
Shit, the day after too. I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, we prepared to eat.
Yeah,
some of that shit up.
I'm gonna put it to good use. Trust me, man. You already know. But nah, I think that it should be a great event, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see all these mothers. I think my mom is gonna fly in, so I'm excited about that. We get to see your mom. She gonna be there. You feel me? It's gonna be dope, man. I'm excited about it. So yeah, I can't complain. We'll have some legal folks there. Hopefully Judge Archer will be there. We'll have Judge Nance. Trying to get Judge Bryant. We'll see. She's a tough cookie, so we'll see if she's coming. But yeah.
Some elected officials that's gonna pull up.
Nice. I wanted to get a list of the folks when they come in so we can shout them out, but I don't want to sit there for 30 minutes. So shout out to Judge such and such, shout out to this guy, shout out to this guy. I don't want to all that.
Because they're all gonna come.
That's my. I'm to be honest with you. This is the crazy part. Let me say this before we bounce.
Okay.
The crazy thing is when you're doing these types of events, for some reason, it's like considered taboo. So when you're doing these events, people be dodging you. They be thinking, "Oh, he gonna ask me for money. He gonna ask me to volunteer."
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you for money.
You know what I'm saying? And then once they see the event, they like, "Damn, that's why he asked me for the money. I get it now."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, this shit costs. It costs money. It costs money for us to have meetings about doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
it is cool. But like you asked me what my favorite part about this event.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
I think the whole therapeutic practice, the
Mm.
therapeutic piece,
Tell,
um,
tell it.
because I was very intentional about who I selected
Yep.
to be therapists at the event. I said I don't want um, like a chain of therapists. I was looking for particularly Black women that are licensed therapists, licensed,
Licensed.
fully licensed, not limited.
Right.
I mean, fully licensed, meaning that you have the ability to bill insurance independently. That is very important because as a private practice therapist,
Mm-hmm.
you you should be able to take on new clients. So I don't want a woman to come to you and be like, these are my issues. Um, and then that's it. I want to be able to assist them in the healing process, whatever that may be. Maybe it's the loss of their child or childhood trauma, whatever, addiction, whatever the case may
Can
be.
you explain that a little bit for people who don't
All right.
understand? Go into that because that's actually very deep about them not having not being completely licensed. And so now a mother comes to them and they even like them and they say, you know what, I want to be with this therapist, but they're not licensed. And so now that mother goes into despair or a spiral or whatever because she thought she had somebody. And now, I mean, it's like almost like love loss. You know what I mean?
hmm So I'm a social worker, but I'm not licensed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I cannot bill anyone independently.
Mm-hmm.
I can work somewhere and the establishment you can come into my facility and you can see someone and you can be billed accordingly, right? But my goal was to find private practices within the community, Black women in particular,
Mm-hmm.
that are fully licensed, meaning that they have a master's of social work or a master's in counseling. They have the ability to fully bill independently. As a limited license, you cannot bill because you still have to, I guess, accrue like so many hours
Mm-hmm.
under bill. I think it's like a couple years working alongside someone else before you can independently
Like an
bill,
apprenticeship.
like whether it's Medicaid, Medicare, Meridian. I mean, whatever Blue
Mm-hmm.
Cross have. I mean, whatever the insurance may be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And of course, if you're a social worker, oftentimes you can assist people in the process of getting state insurance if they don't have.
Mm. I didn't know that.
And that's very important. Like if you come and see me,
Mm-hmm.
as independently under She Evolves, then I charge, right?
Mm.
Like you're gonna have to give me cash because I'm not licensed.
I see what you mean.
Like if you want to come and kick it with me, you're
Mm.
gonna have to pay me. And I don't want that. I want women to be able to have all of their mental health needs in one bucket.
Mm.
So that's what I mean by
That's real.
fully licensed.
Mm.
Not the coaches, no shade, but I'm talking about you get that master's degree in something if
Mm.
you completed your hours.
Mm. That's real. That's real. Well, let me tell you,
You gotta go.
yeah, I know. I'm like, man, I gotta finish this stuff, but I do. I love this conversation, and I love community stuff. So I could talk about it all day, but I just wanted to thank you, man, for having me on your platform, you know, and also helping out, putting on the event, putting on the event, fuck helping out, for the Mother's Day thing. It's a big deal. It's a big issue to me, and I know it is to you and to Ann and to everybody who's trying to help, to Pastor Barry. I know it's a big thing for us, and we wouldn't put our time and effort into this stuff if we didn't really care, you know. So thank you for that, and thank Pastor Barry as well for allowing us to use his facility. We're gonna thug it out. We're gonna be all in there with feet on the couches and shit. I'm just playing.
I know that's why we got to take pictures early before I start crying and my makeup start messing up.
So, hey, listen, somebody mom gonna say something, man, and we gonna be in there. I gotta go to the car real quick, nigga.
I mean, like, wait, my lashes, y'all.
She gonna be like, and that was the last time I saw him. I'm like,
I'm like, yo, where Darnell go?
I'm like, look, I could see a bar fight. I can see gunshot wounds, all that. Anything involving kids and old people, I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be like, what? I gotta break something now. Anyway.
I'm like, oh, you need a hug, y'all. You need a hug.
Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all, when you see me get silent, that's when everybody should just back away. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. He's about to lose it. I'm just kidding. Okay. But anyway, no, I'm just joking. But I do appreciate the opportunity.
I appreciate you. Thank you for being on my platform. Thank you for tapping in. And I know you gotta be places and
I'm on it. I know you too. Hey, listen, man. Thank you again. Seriously, though, and we'll talk next about the next step for the event. I'm very excited, and I appreciate y'all help on it for real, man.
Same. Oh, and I got something to tell you off camera, but so when I tap out, don't log out yet.
All right, we'll do.
There's something else going on.
Oh Lord, in these streets. All right, family. All right, I'll talk with you later. I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna log off and everything too. Right. But I got.
Make sure y'all follow him on he'll be on all social media. Follow him on TikTok, y'all. Follow him on TikTok.
That's the only place you gonna see the bullshit. It's TikTok.
Tap in with him. Check those links. Volunteer. Donate. Please. Donate. And donate.
That's what it is. All right, good looking, sis. I appreciate you. You already know it, and we're gonna talk soon.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Bye.